The battle to force an accused sham candidate off the Pearce recall ballot is not over. A new hearing today is set for Friday, I should say. Attorneys say they have some new evidence. ABC 15's Angie Holdsworth has been following these new developments. And Angie, you know, we've been watching this closely. The judge ruled yesterday, said it was up to the voters, not the courts. So what's changed since then?
Well, you have to keep in mind, Katie, that even though the judge made that ruling, he did not dismiss this lawsuit. So that's what really allows the attorneys to go ahead and bring new evidence, and the judge can then decide if he wants to hear it. Now, the attorneys who are trying to oust Cortes from the ballot say this time they have some new evidence that could change the judge's mind. On the stand, a sometimes confused Oliva Cortes struggled to answer even simple questions about her campaign.
Yeah, I was told that people were gonna be helping me collect signatures. Personally, I don't know who he was.
Just like you don't get to stuff the ballot box, you don't get to stuff the nominating petitions.
Now attorneys say they can show she never would have qualified to be on the ballot without the direct involvement of Russell Pearce's campaign and his family.
You have to understand there's a difference between dirty campaign tactics versus keeping the electoral process pure. And the nomination petition process is part of the electoral process.
None of my business. She has a right to run.
Pearce denies any connection to Cortes, even though a judge ruled that he believes his supporters orchestrated her campaign to pull votes from candidate Jerry Lewis.
And if a politician can survive through the noise, then they'll have a decent shot.
Political science professor Brian Dilley says it may be difficult to predict how voters may react to what is turning into a complicated legal battle.
If people get fed up with the process, they'll stay home. That will hurt Lewis. It could hurt Pearce because this whole notion of dirty tricks.
The judge already ruled, regardless of a candidate's political motivations, the issue here is one voters, not the courts, should decide. And again, that hearing is scheduled for Friday at 3:30, and it's uncertain how long it will take for the judge to consider that evidence and make another ruling. But keep in mind, too, that, you know, the ballots have been printed, they've been sent overseas, and some of those ballots are returning. And so this is becoming a more complicated process the farther along we go. Live here in the newsroom, I'm Angie Holdsworth, ABC 15 News.